we'd like to introduce you to Gold Butte National Monument and tell you a little bit about it, why it was created, what there is to see, where it's located, how to plan for your visit, nearby places to eat and stay overnight, and who is behind Gold Butte. This video, which was produced by the Friends of Gold Butte and funded by Travel Nevada, is designed to educate you about this wonderful place called Gold Butte. We hope that it inspires you to come out and experience this preserved corner of the beautiful Mojave Desert that lives within your national monument. So, where is this place called Gold Butte? As you can see on this map, it's located in Nevada, halfway between Las Vegas and St. George, Utah, just northeast of Lake Mead and on the edge of the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Gold Butte, which is named after an old mining camp, sits in a very remote part of the Mojave Desert. The landscape here has largely been unaltered by modern times and looks very much like the way it was when Mother Nature created it. The city of Mesquite is the closest city to Gold Butte. Mesquite is located along Interstate 15, about 80 miles northeast of Las Vegas, or 40 miles southwest of St. George. The road to Gold Butte starts just 9 miles west of Mesquite. The remoteness and untouched beauty of Gold Butte is part of what makes it so special. It is also what makes it very important that you plan your visit ahead of time. Before heading out into Gold Butte, make sure you have the proper vehicle outfitted with the proper equipment. You'll also need to bring supplies, such as food and water, because there are no services, not even cell phone service, within the monument. So, be prepared. When we say there are no supplies in the monument, that also includes fuel. So before driving away from I-15, make sure to fill up your vehicle's gas tank. Here's a valuable checklist of what to bring with you that is available from the Friends of Gold Butte. We'll talk more about them, including their visitor center and website, later in this video. The best tool to learn more about Gold Butte is the internet. Simply Google the words Gold Butte, and you'll find several good videos and blogs that explains in more detail how to visit and what to see in Gold Butte. Gold Butte National Monument covers a large area, and you'd be hard-pressed to see all there is to see in just one day. It's best to spend 2 or 3 days, or more, to explore all the interesting sites here. One of the popular places to visit and spend time is an area where an abundance of Native American rock art petroglyphs can be found that is dispersed among unique and colorful rock formations. These rock formations rival some of those found in the well-known Colorado Plateau destinations of southern Utah. One can easily spend 2 to 4 hours exploring this area. Not far away is Whitney Pocket, which is another collection of fascinating and colorful rock formations that are fun to explore. Nestled in the rocks, you can visit a small dam that was built in the 1930s. Whitney Pocket is also the best camping spot in the monument. Next on the list is this big sea of orange-colored sandstone, sand dunes, and yet more petroglyphs. There's lots of opportunity to hike and explore in nooks and crannies around here. Past this point is one of the attractions that the monument is probably most known for, Little Finland. Here you'll find a square mile's worth of oddly shaped sandstone formations, including those that are shaped like fins, hence the name of this area. Next up is Red Bluff Spring and Mudwash Narrows. This is a great, approximately 2-mile round-trip hike past a small riparian area and into a unique rocky canyon etched out and polished by eons of flash floods. From this point, if you really want to experience the remoteness of Gold Butte, continue on the road south from Mudwash Narrows, which will take you along the western edge of the monument. There's another hiking opportunity here, which goes into the Lime Canyon wilderness. Finally, this road ends at the town site of Gold Butte, the monument's namesake. Look for the scant remains of the small mining camp that once thrived here around 1910. From the town site, the main road heads north, returning to Whitney Pocket and Mesquite. Along the way, be sure to see Devil's Throat, which is a huge sinkhole and a short side trip off the main road. From Whitney Pocket, it's about 32 miles back to Mesquite. When you do go out and visit Gold Butte, remember that this is your national monument. Just like you would take care of your own car or house, you'll want to take care of this beautifully preserved slice of Mojave Desert so that it stays that way for generations to come. As with all of your national parks and monuments, please remember the principles of the Leave No Trace movement. The 7 principles of this philosophy will help all of us keep our special outdoor places special. We encourage you to visit their website at lnt.org and learn all about what Leave No Trace means and why it's so important. When you drive on the roads around Gold Butte, it is extremely important to stay on those designated roads. Don't go past signs like this that say, "No vehicles." In the past, many people have simply driven off into the open desert, but this is very destructive to the ecosystem of the desert, and it leaves scars on the landscape that will take many years or decades to heal. Many of the roads you'll be driving on are very obvious. However, some of the roads sit in the bottom of washes. When you encounter these roads, simply follow the most defined route that has the most tire tracks. When you've reached a place and stop your vehicle to get out and explore on foot, try to walk on designated trails and rocky surfaces if possible. If you must walk off trail, be on the lookout for what's called cryptobiotic soil crust. It looks like this. This soil crust is very important to the desert environment. It holds together essential soils that desert plants and animals rely on, and keeps it from blowing or washing away. Cryptobiotic soil crusts took hundreds of years to grow to the way it looks now. Stepping or driving on these delicate soil crusts will destroy them in an instant and will take another 100 years to grow back. Avoid walking through a field of cryptobiotic crust, but if you must, carefully step in spots where it isn't growing. One of the attractions of Gold Butte is the Native American rock art known as petroglyphs and pictographs. Nobody really knows what they mean or say, but we do know they were created around 500 to 2,000 years ago. They are certainly one of our national treasures and are sacred, spiritual places for Native Americans. When visiting rock art sites, it's important to respect them by not touching them in any way. Even a small amount of the oils from your hands can darken petroglyphs, making them impossible to see. At some sites, unfortunately, previous visitors have etched their own engravings nearby or shot them up with bullets. Please be respectful so that these treasures can be preserved for another 1,000 years into the future. One last thing to be aware of when visiting Gold Butte is its wildlife. Other than perhaps a rare rattlesnake or a stray donkey, there is nothing out here that will harm you. One critter to watch for is the desert tortoise. Not because they will harm you, but because you can harm them. Why did the tortoise cross the road? Probably to get to the other side, but very slowly. These tortoises look like rocks. When you drive down any road, be on the lookout for what you see here. This is probably a teenager-aged tortoise. Tortoises also like to seek out shade. If you've parked your vehicle for a while, such as going out on a hike, When you return, be sure to check under your vehicle for tortoises before driving off. When you plan your visit to Gold Butte, keep in mind that there are plenty of facilities in Mesquite for you to take advantage of. There's lodging, casinos, resorts, and places to eat. Camping is available in primitive campsites within the National Monument, but camping is best at Whitney Pocket, as previously mentioned. If you choose to stay and camp overnight in Gold Butte, you will be rewarded with some very dark skies, bright stars, and maybe a slight glow to the southwest from Las Vegas. There are plenty of things to do in Mesquite. It has a small-town atmosphere with big city conveniences. It has 8 world-class golf courses. So, if you enjoy playing golf, consider spending a day or two exploring Gold Butte and then another day or two enjoying Mesquite's scenic golf courses. Then there are the casino resorts. It's like a mini Las Vegas. You can easily spend another day enjoying these amenities. There's also non-casino lodging available. Mesquite's Chamber of Commerce can provide a wealth of information about what to do here. Check out their website at visitmesquite.com. As you can see, there's a lot to do in Mesquite, so browse their website and see what strikes your fancy. Other places to visit near Gold Butte include the Moapa Valley Communities, Valley of Fire State Park, the Lake Mead National Recreation Area, and neighboring Grand Canyon Parashant National Monument. As mentioned, this video was produced by the Friends of Gold Butte. You may wonder, who are those people? At many national monuments and parks, there are private organizations that support them in many ways. For Gold Butte National Monument, that organization is Friends of Gold Butte. They are solely dedicated to supporting the monument, while the day-to-day management of the monument is done by the Bureau of Land Management out of its Las Vegas field office. Examples of ways that Friends of Gold Butte help out are organizing monthly trash cleanup events, signage, invasive plant removal, seed collection, road monitoring and maintenance help, graffiti removal, site monitoring, and many other worthwhile projects that improve the National Monument for all of us. The group also helps educate the public about Gold Butte and the surrounding area. This video is one example. They also coordinate field trips to visit various places in Gold Butte, as well as put on regular presentations on topics related to Gold Butte. Friends of Gold Butte maintains a visitor center in Mesquite. Here you can talk to knowledgeable volunteers about the monument and obtain brochures and maps that will improve your visit to Gold Butte. Visit their website at friendsofgoldbutte.org and get more information, such as learning more about the Friends of Gold Butte and see what events they have scheduled in the upcoming months. Be sure to look at the events page, then explore the various sections and other pages with information about Gold Butte. Over the past 150 years, the Mojave Desert as a whole has been heavily developed by mankind. Preserving these pockets of pristine Mojave Desert is so important. Our goal at the Friends of Gold Butte is to work hard at keeping the Gold Butte area of the Mojave Desert as pristine as it was when Mother Nature first created it. The vision statement for the Friends of Gold Butte is, "We envision a vibrant and healthy Gold Butte landscape where the land and wildlife, cultural resources, and solitude are preserved and accessible for the enjoyment of current and future generations." And the mission statement is, "Our mission is to promote the responsible enjoyment of the Gold Butte National Monument through education, stewardship, advocacy, and preservation of natural and cultural resources. So now you know, Gold Butte National Monument is something not to be missed when you visit Mesquite or this part of Nevada. We hope to see you out there.